Hi everyone! So disabling and enabling system integrity protection. First thing to say is this is not the safest thing to do with your Mac because it will be vulnerable to malware and some bad stuff. So disable system protection only temporarily during development to test drivers, kernel extension, and other low-level code. So this SIP is what protects the entire system by preventing the execution of unauthorized code. So it makes sure that what you download from App Store is safe and does no harm to your macOS. Um, but during development, it may be necessary for you to disable this SIP temporarily, as we said, just for testing purposes. They also say that you don't need to disable SIP to run and debug apps from Xcode, but you might need it uh, if you disable it to install system extensions such as driver kit drivers. So how can we disable this system integrity protection? Not advisable, but again, to disable it, we have to restart our computer in recovery mode. So if you have an Apple Silicon, you have to turn off your device and then turn on Mac and continue to press and hold the power button. If you have Intel processors, is with Command R immediately pressed after you turn on your Mac. There will be some options, and you have to go to Utilities and open a terminal. That's where we are now. In this case, I didn't boot in recovery mode, so it will not let me disable SIP, but I'll give this command just to check. Well, first I'll give the command just let me check status of it or without options. Okay, we have here all the options. So to clear the existing configuration, disable the SIP, enable it, status. I'll get my status so to check if I'm safe. Yeah, it's enabled. If I wanted to disable it, I would have to do this command with the option disable. Okay, again, there is a warning. This tool needs to be executed from recovery OS. So since I didn't boot in recovery mode, I can't do this change. What do we have to say more here? Okay, some additional things to keep in mind. If you are simply trying to configure system development tools, you should install community maintained versions from Homebrew and not disable this. It's not needed. You don't need to disable this SIP. Anything you do in Mac with this SIP disabled will not work in anyone else's Mac unless he also disables SIP. If you are developing Mac apps, then your system becomes less useful because you don't know if your code only works because you jailbreak your system. If you are developing for another platform, such as deployment to a web server, then you can share your development environment setup with other devs on your team without them to disable the SIP. Um, okay, in general, it's better to keep this this utility, this feature enabled as much as you can, and just for those specific cases where you really need to disable it, make sure it is temporary. and activate it, enable it again as soon as possible, so your system is safe. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.